Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. Today is Monday, I am Drishti and today we are going to cover your current affairs related to polity and governance. Before we start, can you guys please comment and let me know in the chat box whether I'm audible or not? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So we are going to discuss 4 very important topics that were in news related to your polity and governance. Let's see what the news in the headlines was. So first we are going to discuss Benami Law of 1988. Supreme Court has struck down 2 important amendments in this particular law which were passed in 2016 and then amended in 2018. Right. So we are going to discuss that. Then we are going to discuss atrocities against Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Act. This was in news because recently, just before Independence Day, a Dalit boy was thrashed and treated very inhumanely in Rajasthan. So that's the reason it was in news. Your third topic that we are going to discuss today is of zonal council. So zonal councils, how they were formed, what is the background, why they are needed, and recently a zonal council meeting was concluded in Bhopal where Uttarakhand has kept a demand. We are going to discuss that. And then we are going to discuss an initiative taken up by Kerala government known as Kerala Savari, right? It's a taxi service, state owned first taxi service. Let's see how it pans out, right? Let's get started with our first topic. Our first topic for today is Benami Law of 1988. So why this was in news? This was in news because Supreme Court recently struck down provisions of the act which provides basically for the punishment of a maximum jail term of 3 years or fine for both of those who have been indulging in Benami transfers, right? पहले we need to understand what is Benami. So Benami basically means layman terms में क्या बोलते हैं कि किसी और के नाम पे जमीन है और किसी और ने उसमें पैसा लगाया हुआ है, ठीक है. द ओनर राइटफुली एक्चुअल ओनर इज समवन एल्स बट इट इज इन द नेम ऑफ अ फिक्शियस पर्सन और इट इज इन द नेम ऑफ समवन नियर एंड डियर टू देम व्हिच इज basically done to regulate your black money and it acts as a parallel economy, right? Now basically let's see a couple of details about the act. The act basically prohibits certain types of financial transactions जिसमें basically है बेनामी की definition आती है. Benami, it is defined as a transaction in which property is transferred to a person for consideration paid by another person. As I told you, someone else actually owns the property but payment is done by someone else. So on the paperwork someone else is the owner. It might be a real person, it might be a fictitious person. There were certain cases in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh that were found out at that particular point of time जहाँ पे लोगों के dogs के name पे तक ज़मीनें थी, agricultural lands थी. So that is the reason it came into limelight. बहुत बड़ा स्कैंडल हुआ था अराउंड अर्ली 1990s में. नाउ सच ट्रांजैक्शन बेसिकली दे विद द फीचर ऑफ इंडियन इकोनॉमी यूजुअली रिलेटिंग टू परचेज ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, रियल एस्टेट में आता था. एंड ये एक्ट इट बैन्स ऑल बेनामी ट्रांजैक्शंस एंड गिव्स द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ राइट विदाउट एनी प्रॉपर कॉम्पनसेशन गवर्नमेंट कैन कन्फिस्केट जितनी भी प्रॉपर्टी दे फाइंड अंडर बेनामी ट्रांजैक्शंस. Now the act was amended in 2016. Benami transaction as defined under 29 of act is a transaction. Official definition देख लेते हैं इसकी. Is held by one person and paid for by another or is held in a fictitious name or such owner of the property is unaware or denied having knowledge of such ownership or financing such a transaction is non-traceable. This act prescribes जो आपकी certain exceptions हैं to बेनामी transactions under section 2.9. इसके अंदर क्या चीजें differences आती है? Basically let's consider an example. If a father buys property in the name of their children, so the head of the family, the कर्ता of the family अपने किसी फैमिली मेंबर के बेनिफिट में अगर खरीदता है जिसका आप लीगल पेपर ट्रेल मनी ट्रेल प्रूव कर सकते हो, सो दैट इज एन एक्सेप्शन. अदरवाइज Otherwise, it also works similarly in the case of a trust. Otherwise, it is a punishable offense. Now, a benami transaction जिसकी बात करें, it applies to property transaction जो assets होते हैं, whether they are movable, immovable, tangible or intangible, corporeal or incorporeal. Now, what are the authorities that have been established under the Act? Act provides for 4 major authorities. 4 major authorities कौन सी हैं? The initiating officer, the approving authority, the administrator and the adjudicating authority as appointed by the central government. Now, this is the infographic. I've taken it from Income Tax Department's Twitter handle. ये बेनामी ट्रांजैक्शन को बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करता है. So, basically सबसे पहले what we are going to see, it is regulated by your income tax department, and income tax department के अंदर it is regulated by Central Board of Direct Taxes. Right now, these were the salient features of benami transaction of 1988, which came into effect from your 1st November 2016. Certain amendments were made. Amendment क्या थी? There was made a provision for your the percentage of penalty, also the years that you have to serve. So, benamidar is the person in whose name benami property is standing, is a beneficiary who actually paid consideration, and persons who abet and induce benami transaction are prosecutable to 7 years besides paying 25% तक का जो आपका टोटल परचेज का वैल्यू है वो उतनी तक आपको फाइनेंशियल पेनल्टी भी देनी पड़ सकती है इसकी. Now, persons who furnish false information under this act, they are liable to pay 10% तक का market price on that particular property. This benami property can be confiscated by the government, and all this process, this comes under Income Tax Act of 1961. Basically, as I told you, this was done to stop the regulation of black money. And again in 2018, the Finance Department brought a scheme of Ministry of Finance brought a scheme in 2018 where there was a benami informants reward scheme where people who actually inform about any sort of benami transactions, they were rewarded by the government. Also, NRIs were able to avail, foreigners and NRIs were able to avail the benefits of this scheme. Now, what happened was a reward up to 1 crore was given for a specific information prescribed to the Joint Additional Commission of बेनामी प्रोहिबिशन यूनिट्स. ठीक है, तो अगर आप अराउंड अबाउट 8 करोड़ तक की उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहे हो तो द पर्सन वाज अवॉर्डेड विद अराउंड अबाउट 1 crore rupees ऑफ मनी. नाउ आइडेंटिटी वाज केप्ट अ सीक्रेट एंड a lot of benami transactions came into limelight through this particular scheme. Now, if we talk about the Act of 1988 itself, Act was made to prohibit benami transactions and right to property that was under it to be benami. Section 3(2) of Benami Transactions Prohibition Act 1988, it defines it. Similarly, why the court struck it down, the reasons given by court to struck it down were the provisions were found to be unconstitutional, being manifestly arbitrary. Manifestly arbitrary का क्या मतलब है? In practicality, they cannot be regulated, they cannot be applied to. Now, unconstitutional कैसे हो गया? It actually hampers with your right to सेल्फ इंक्रिमिनेशन. आर्टिकल 20 का सेक्शन 1 जो है आपका, ये डायरेक्ट उसके साथ कंफ्लिक्ट में आता है. नाउ इफ all these points, when all these points were taken care of, a couple of more things came into limelight. Statute 3, section 3 of the statute deals with issue of prohibition of benami transactions, and it says whoever enters into any benami transaction shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may be extended. Again, section 3 क्या कहता है इसका? 3 years की जो imprisonment थी उसको 7 years तक बढ़ा दिया गया, and जो परसेंटेज था पेनल्टी का, that was risen to 25% of the fair market price. Now, forfeiture जो था प्रोविजन का, that was not per se applicable. क्यों? Because ये आप रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली इसको अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते हो. इट कैन ओनली बी हेल्ड अकाउंटेबल फॉर ऑल अदर फ्यूचर डीलिंग्स. सो बेनामी ट्रांजैक्शन की ये डिटेल निकल के आई. अगेन एज आई टोल्ड यू, this was found to be unconstitutional as it was in direct conflict with your article 21 section 1 of Indian Constitution, which says it is in direct conflict with your right to self incrimination, right against self incrimination. I hope Benami transactions वाला topic आपको clear है. So court has struck it down. Let's see इसका आगे evolution कैसे होता है. But from your exams point of view, Benami transaction का जो particular topic है, it is very important, right? Now as per the initiative we have started for you guys, seize the mains initiative. इसमें क्या करना है, we are going to give you a question, you are going to write the answer for it, and then you are going to post it on our website, link for which you can find it in the description box. From there our team of experts is going to evaluate it totally entirely free of cost, and you can analyze what all improvements are required in your answers, right? So question for today is, the recent reports of various state governments and NCRB indicate that atrocities against scheduled castes and scheduled tribes have been on rise in past few years. Now we have to discuss the safeguards that are available to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in India, and what are the reasons for the current state of situation, right? This is your question. I am going to explain the topic holistically, based on which you can write your answers. Now your topic was in news because of the Rajasthan incident that happened. I already told you, a boy was treated very inhumanely in Rajasthan, and despite every reform that we have brought up, just even pre-independence it was going on, the condition of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people in India still remains dire. So let's discuss एक बार उसका holistic view क्या है. Now if you talk about Rajasthan itself, cases in Rajasthan ranks 4th after Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh in the country when it comes to atrocities. ठीक है, NCRB कहता है state has recorded around about 7,000 cases of crimes and atrocities against scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, and national level पे भी the data is given, you can see it. Problem is, when you go to such states, the behavior is not considered as inhumane or demeaning or degrading. This is sort of being argued as this is our culture. So this is sort of both accepted by the category people, also the people, the so called higher caste people, right? So दोनों इसको बहुत ज़्यादा obvious मान के चलते हैं. They sort of justify it, validate it, and this is the reason it has been continuing for a while now. Now historically, if you see, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes have been neglected for centuries, right? They have been marginalized and exploited. These communities basically, they suffer from social, educational, economic backwardness, right? They have been way behind the mainstream people in even in the present scenario. Reasons are the age old practice of untouchability, ठीक है, the fourfold system आप इसमें include कर सकते हो. Then there are primitive agricultural practices which have kept them at bay. There are lack of infrastructural facilities, and there has been geographical isolation. Now Rajasthan में they are not even allowed to keep mustaches, wear a pagdi or etc. Whatever there are the symbols of so called higher class people, वो scheduled caste scheduled tribe लोगों को allowed नहीं होते हैं, ठीक है. So they actually considered it to be a custom rather than being a discrimination. Now SCs and STs are most marginalized section of Indian society, and Article 17 of the Constitution abolishes the practice of untouchability. इसके अलावा there have been a couple of other acts we are going to discuss and articles जो particularly are related to SC STs. Now Untouchability Offences Act की आप बात करो 1955 के, तो this was passed in the parliament, and in 1976 it was brought forward as Protection of Civil Rights Act. It makes untouchability a punishable offence. Similarly, there is Article 46. It promotes the education of SC STs. Then there is Article 338, which established National Commission for Scheduled Castes. जितने भी रिलेटेड केसेस होते हैं इन्वेस्टिगेशन के, फॉर्मिंग अ रिपोर्ट एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, that is held by your National Commission of Scheduled Caste. Similarly, there is National Commission for Scheduled Tribes 338A. जितने फंक्शन नेशनल कमीशन ऑफ शेड्यूल कास्ट के होते हैं, सिमिलर आर परफॉर्म्ड बाय द नेशनल कमीशन ऑफ शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब्स बट फॉर ट्राइबल पीपल. नाउ प्रिवेंशन ऑफ अट्रोसिटीज एक्ट की बात करो 1989 की, तो owing to ineffectiveness of protection of civil right act and IPC, this particular act was framed and it came into existence. Let's discuss इसके salient features क्या हैं. Now there were creation of new types of offences which were not earlier mentioned in IPC and protection of civil rights act. ठीक है. Now it punishes crimes against people belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. It gives special protection and rights to the victims. Moreover, we have provision of courts for fast track completion of cases. Commission of offences only by specified people by non-SC, SCs and non-ST on STs is also included. There is a punishment for neglect of duties of a public servant if it is found that they have been harassing them or promoting any sort of inequality or discrimination. Then there is a denial for anticipatory bail. Now it also provides compensation and relief and rehabilitation for victims of atrocities. There have been creation of special courts and special public prosecutors. There have been mandatory periodic monitoring and district and state level, and there have been identification of atrocity prone areas, particularly atrocity prone areas. Now if we talk about Supreme Court's judgment on SC/ST Act of 2018, see earlier the act was amended in 2016, then again it was amended in 2018. Now केस का नाम क्या है, प्रीलिम्स में यू कैन गेट वन लाइनर क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. इन सुभाष काशीनाथ महाजन वर्सेस द स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र, जिसमें हुआ रिव्यू ऑफ SC/ST प्रिवेंशन ऑफ एक्ट, POA जिसको बोलते हैं, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ अट्रोसिटीज एक्ट का, एंड इट वाज फाउंड दैट it is being misused multiple times. It is being misused and there is a need to prevent such misuse. See, एक्ट बना SC/ST पीपल की प्रिवेंशन के लिए, बट इट वॉज फाउंड दैट बहुत सारे केसेस में द एक्ट वॉज बीइंग मिसयूज्ड बिकॉज देयर वॉज नो एंटिसिपेटरी बेल. सो फॉर रीजंस whatsoever, it could have been any sort of professional rivalry, etc., many sorts of you can find false pretenses under which the act was being misused. Although it was made with a good intention, but इसका misuse ज़्यादा हो रहा था, so Supreme Court intervened. Now Supreme Court observed that it has become a tool to prosecute innocents, and basically it was being used by certain sections of the society to target honest public servant officials. Right now, ये जो पूरा claim था, it was also found to be true by a parliamentary standing committee report, which ultimately sought to make changes into the Prevention of Atrocities Act to safeguard those who were falsely accused. Now, ये पूरी timeline चली है, and ultimately the court said, seeing cases कितने pending हैं, that there needs to be changes done in the act, and anticipatory bail वाला जो clause था, that actually was amended only pertaining to your heinous crime section. Right now डिस्कस करते हैं आपकी आज की नेक्स्ट न्यूज. सो रिसेंटली 23rd जोनल काउंसिल मीटिंग हुई, विच वॉज चेयर्ड बाय यूनियन होम मिनिस्टर इन भोपाल. राइट, एंड उत्तराखंड गवर्नमेंट ने वहां पे डिमांड करा है दैट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट शुड मेक एन एयरपोर्ट नियर चौखटिया, नियर द भारतसेन एरिया ऑफ द स्टेट इन द मीटिंग. नाउ जोनल काउंसिल्स की बात करें, सो द कंट्री इज डिवाइडेड इनटू अ कपल ऑफ जोन्स, जिनके बेसिस पे जो आपकी जोनल काउंसिल मीटिंग होती है वो होती है नदर्न, सेंट्रल, वेस्टर्न, ईस्टर्न, सदर्न एंड नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न. ठीक है, एक बार स्टेट्स देख लेते हैं फटाफट से कौन कौन सी इसमें इंक्लूड होती हैं. नाउ जोनल काउंसिल्स बेसिकली आप देखो तो दीज आर द स्टैट्यूटोरी बॉडीज एंड दे वर एस्टैब्लिश्ड अंडर द स्टेट्स रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट ऑफ 1956. This act divided the country into 5 zonal councils which were northeastern, northern, central, eastern, western and southern councils. एक पर्टिकुलर इसके अंदर नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न काउंसिल आपकी बाद में बनाई गई जिसमें बाद में सिक्किम को भी ऐड कर दिया गया. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द पर्पस, सो PIB में देयर इज अ होल आर्टिकल अबाउट इट, यू कैन सी इट. The purpose, basic purpose is bringing out national integration, then arresting the growth of acute consciousness, ठीक है, regionalism, linguism and particularistic tendencies जो हैं उनको हटाते हुए they want enabling the center and state to cooperate and exchange the ideas and basically work on cooperative federalism, right? जितने भी projects हैं उनको मिलके अच्छे से चलाया जाए. If you talk about the composition, नदन काउंसिल की बात करें तो इट्स हरियाणा, हिमाचल प्रदेश, जम्मू कश्मीर, पंजाब, राजस्थान, NCR. अच्छा, जम्मू कश्मीर का पहले नाम दिया हुआ है PIB में, इट हैज नॉट बीन अपडेटेड येट. सो लद्दाख वाला एरिया भी इसी में आएगा, यूटीज भी इसी में डिवाइडेड है, प्लीज डू कीप इन माइंड, ठीक है. देन दिल्ली एंड चंडीगढ़ इसमें आता है. नाउ सेंट्रल की बात करें तो it comprises of छत्तीसगढ़, उत्तराखंड, उत्तर प्रदेश एंड मध्य प्रदेश. We talk about ईस्टर्न जोनल काउंसिल तो आती हैं बिहार, झारखंड, उड़ीसा, सिक्किम एंड वेस्ट बंगाल. सी सिक्किम पहले इसके अंडर आता था बट लेटर सिक्किम वाज एडेड टू योर नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न काउंसिल, ठीक है. वेस्टर्न जोनल काउंसिल की आप बात करो तो देयर आर स्टेट्स ऑफ गोवा, गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र, यूटीज ऑफ दमन एंड दीव एंड दादर एंड नागर हवेली. सदर्न काउंसिल की बात करो तो देयर आर स्टेट्स ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश, कर्नाटका, तेलंगाना, केरला, तमिलनाडु एंड पुडुचेरी. नाउ नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न काउंसिल की बात करो, असम, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, मणिपुर, त्रिपुरा, मिजोरम, मेघालय एंड नागालैंड. These earlier were not included in the zonal councils and उनकी special problems were treated through North Eastern Council set up under the North Eastern Council Act of 1972. Again 2002 में एक special act was passed जिसके बाद सिक्किम was added to it. अगर आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर की बात करो तो यूनियन होम मिनिस्टर इज द चेयरमैन ऑफ दीज काउंसिल्स. वाइस चेयरमैन कौन होता है? चीफ मिनिस्टर्स ऑफ द स्टेट्स इंक्लूडेड इन ईच जोन आर द वाइस चेयरमैन ऑफ द जोनल काउंसिल इन रोटेशन, ठीक है. दे होल्ड द ऑफिस इन रोटेशन. मेंबर्स की बात करो तो चीफ मिनिस्टर्स एंड अदर 2 मिनिस्टर्स एज नॉमिनेटेड बाय गवर्नर फ्रॉम ईच स्टेट एंड यूटीज आर देयर मेंबर्स. एडवाइजर्स की बात करो तो पहले प्लानिंग कमीशन यूज टू रिकमेंड बट आफ्टर द प्लानिंग कमीशन वाज स्क्रैप्ड, चीफ सेक्रेटरीज एंड अदर जो आपके डेवलपमेंट कमिश्नर ऑफिसर्स होते हैं हु आर नॉमिनेटेड आर फ्रॉम ईच जोन आर द अदर एडवाइजर्स टू द काउंसिल. नाउ ये जोनल काउंसिल अपना देयर हैव बिन रेपिटेटिव मीटिंग्स अबाउट इट. स्टेट रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन कमीशन के टाइम पे जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी के द्वारा द पॉइंट वाज मूटेड बट समहाउ their operational capability was found to be successful. So zonal councils have been functioning since then. Now let's discuss आपकी आज की 4th जो न्यूज है. It's about Kerala Savari. Now Kerala has launched Kerala Savari, its country's first online taxi service owned by a state government. And basically इसका purpose क्या है? They want to ensure fair and decent service to the passengers on fair remunerative prices. Objectives क्या है? The alleged unfair trade practices and violation of consumer rights by private app based and cab aggregators जो हैं उनको इसको कम करना है. See, because there are only private players in the taxi and cab का जो डोमेन है, so there have been arbitrary pricing, जब मर्जी surprising लग जाती है and they charge exorbitant prices from the customers. So this is the reason Kerala state government has actually come up with टेकिंग अ पार्ट इन जो आपका टैक्सी वाला डोमेन है पूरा वो. नाउ केरला गवर्नमेंट ने अपनी केरला सवारी निकाली है. लेट्स सी हाउ इट पैन्स आउट. लेट्स सी अ कपल ऑफ डिटेल्स अबाउट इट. सो इट इज ऑपरेटेड बाय योर मोटर वर्कर्स वेलफेयर बोर्ड एंड इट कम्स अंडर द एजेस ऑफ लेबर डिपार्टमेंट. ये आती है लेबर डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर. टैक्सी ओनर जो है दे विल गेट अप्रूव्ड फेयर केरला सवारी में एंड कैब ओनर्स who are working for private online companies would often get a fare which is below the government approved rate. Now what it is going to do is it is going to ensure safe travel for public at government approved fares without any surge pricing. सिक्योरिटी का भी ध्यान रखा गया है. सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड फीचर्स क्या है? इट इज सेड दैट it will be reliable basically for women and children and senior citizens. Also जो ऐप में ड्राइवर वगैरह रजिस्टर्ड है दे विल हैव टू गेट देयर पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन डन. ठीक है, सो देयर इज अ प्रॉपर प्रोसेस, प्रॉपर चैनल फॉर एवरीथिंग. द सिस्टम ऑल्सो हैज अ पैनिक बटन which is introduced in the app, which can be pressed in the event of a car accident, and hence if any sort of mishappening happens you can report it to authorities and get the matter sorted as soon as possible, right? So this is all about Kerala सवारी. I hope आज का सेशन आपको क्लियर है. जितने टॉपिक्स हमने डिस्कस करे हैं you actually understood those. If you have any doubts you can mention them in comments. I'll try taking them up in next class. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning, keep watching. Thank you so much. Bye bye.